State season, and I think a really good team too. They beat Baylor earlier this year.
Pitch, good effort on that changeup. I mean, kind of had the hitter off balance a little bit, but didn't fell in for a ball.
3 balls and a strike. And pardon me, Perrine is over at third. That's where Beth Perrine is. It's a 3-1 pitch, misses ball 4. This is where Olivia Raines got in trouble early yesterday.
Right. I mean, and we talked about it last game. Getting that leadoff batter is one of the most important things, but also getting ahead in the count. And so once she had that first pitch strike, she needed to just kind of stick with it and stay confident and work with the pitches that she can trust.
So the left-handed hitting second baseman, Minnis, bunts it fair. Kelso makes the play, but not in time. That ball didn't even really leave the batter's box.
No, it was spinning right between the plate and the box.
And the crowd here is chanting for a foul ball, but they're not going to get it as Peyton Minnis reaches. And here is the first baseman, Tess Weekly.
And that's a tough play to make just on communication with where that ball dropped, the location of that. You're going to have to communicate with the first baseman on whether you're going to throw inside the runner, outside the runner.
And she didn't have time. Jen Roach, after the first pitch is a ball to Weekly, is going to jog out and have a conversation with Olivia Raines. As the first 2 batters have reached here for Missouri State in the top half of the first inning.
I think it's important that you just kind of keep her calm. I mean, first innings, and there's not a lot to worry about, and I think that Jen has to go out there and just kind of keep her collected and let her know, like, hey, it's okay. Your defense is fine. You're throwing decent pitches. You got it. Get yourself out of this.
No reason to panic here early. Weekly, by the way, the freshman from Ellsbury, Missouri, had reached base safely in 10 straight games heading into this big weekend for Missouri State. Hitting .500 during that 10-game span. So a hot bat, the 1-0. Little low, 2 balls and no strikes. So a tough start here for Olivia Raines. The 2-0 pitch. She shows bunt, pops it up foul. Craybill waits on deck. We are just underway in Game 2. The Sooners impressive in winning Game 1, 6-1 over Murray State. No hits on the board yet for Missouri State, but there is one error as the 2-1 pitch is in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see Olivia may have a little bit of a hard time trying to get the hitters to chase just based on the pitches that she's thrown. Some hitters would swing at those, and so I feel like if they're going to be tight, it's going to be a tough deal for
2-2
Olivia.
In the dirt. Good job by Kelso. Runner goes to third. The throw is not in time. And Daphne Plummer takes third base. Minnis off to second. Weekly now, a full count with runners at second and third. Craybill waits on deck for her opportunity. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Raines. Swing and a miss! What a big pitch from the freshman here in the first inning, and there's 1 away.
And that's a huge out. I'm really proud of the way that she just attacked that hitter. Third hitter in the lineup and runners on scoring position. That's a tough out. Good job.
Here's Olivia Craybill.
And you saw her really try to climb the ladder. I mean, her first pitch was low into the dirt, a little bit up, and swinging and chasing that up pitch.
She starts down with a strike. Got that lower edge call for a strike. 0-1 to Craybill. A .326 hitter. Pretty impressive numbers with runners in scoring position this year for Craybill. Hitting .385, and she bounces this one over the head of Flores, and it kicks up chalk fair down the left field line. A 2-run double from Olivia Crabeel. And Missouri State has taken a 2-0 lead on a ball that was bounced perfectly over the head of Aaliyah Flores.
I mean, she jumped and could not get to it, but it also hit the line perfectly.
Oh.
That was borderline foul.
So here's Hunsaker.
Uh-oh. We got
Fans
some
have the
upset
memories.
fans.
2-0 Missouri State. Sooners aren't out of this yet as the first pitch to Hunsaker is fouled away for strike one. Hunsaker had struggled heading into this weekend for Missouri State. It's hitting just 195 heading into the weekend. The 0-1 is a check swing, called strike. She's had a couple of hits through the first 3 games of the weekend, so she's worked that average up to 209. 9 for 43 on the season for Madison Hunsaker. The 0-2 checked her swing on a pitch just off the outer edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Metter waits on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Rains in the dirt. Good job by Kelso. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And in this situation, Olivia just needs to really focus on keeping the ball down in the zone, working some ground balls, trusting her defense. She doesn't need to feel the pressure of having to get them to swing. And
ground ball back to her. She doesn't look the runner back to second, but will get the runner at first, Hunsaker, and there's 2 away. Crabeel does advance to third. And there's 2 away. And here's Kelly Metter, the left fielder.
Left fielder number 22, Kelly Metter.
We are just underway. Missouri State strikes first. A 2-run double. And the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Metter is a little low for ball 1. 2-zip, Mo State. Dickerson waits on deck. Rains rocks and fires. Ground ball foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get a little different look for the Sooners defensively with Kelso getting the start behind the plate. Everything stays the same on the infield with Hanson, Donahue, Lyons, and Flores from first to third. But Alicia Flores in left with Alo in center and Grace Green in right. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Rains. Off speed, hangs up a little high. 2 balls and a strike. Fans did not like that. And I say it with love, but I guess maybe the frustration is boiling over. The 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2-2.
he was asking for it with that bunt. They really thought that was foul.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, this would be a huge momentum kicker into their offensive portion of this inning. She needs to shut her down right now.
The pitch fouled it off of Kelso's glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rains with a runner at third, tries to work through it. The 1-2, she pulled the string on a nasty off speed and gets the swing and miss for the second strikeout of the inning. That's in 45 in the third inning, so it's not too bad.
Not horrible.
First pitch to Lyons is bounced back up the middle and through into center field. It's a leadoff single for Grace Lyons.
And Grace is getting the game started.
Man, Patty Gasso, who stands in the third base coach's box, is going to have quite a decision to make when Riley Boone and Taylon Snow get back about what to do in that leadoff spot.
Exactly. And
Wow.
I mean, this lineup is already tough to pitch to. It's just and due to the injuries, I'm excited to see Riley Boone come back. I've heard nothing but great things. I heard she's quick, she's witty, she's got it all. I'm ready to see her.
She's got a gun, too. She can throw. Here's Jocelyn Alo. Extended her hitting streak in game number 1. First pitch is low, ball 1. So heading into the weekend, Alo was at 10. Got 2 hits yesterday to make it 12, a hit in game 1. She is at 13 straight games with a hit. And she waits on the 1-0 pitch. That caught the outside corner from Dickerson. Oh, they're not going to like that.
We've got some of the best fans ever.
1 ball, 1 strike with a runner at first and nobody out. The pitch to Ala. A little out, 2 balls and a strike. Jocelyn, you name it, she's done it so far this season. 448 average. 7 home runs already. 20 RBIs. The 2-1 pitch popped up on the infield. Under it is Minnis, makes the catch. And there's one of the more dangerous Sooner weapons retired. Here comes Kinsey Hansen,
who has become one of the harder ones to get out as well.
First base number 9, Kinsey Hansen.
You know, Hansen is just, it's amazing. We talk about that look, the aesthetic of being comfortable in the box. She looks very comfortable in the box.
She does. I mean, and we talked about her just being a freshman. You would never know.
No.
You would never know you're throwing to a freshman.
She digs in from the right side of the plate. Dickerson with a little twist before she brings it home. Misses outside, ball 1. Would you say Stephanie Dickerson has a unique motion or just a little bit more drawn out? A better way to describe it.
I think it's just a little bit more drawn. I mean, we saw a little bit more of a unique one yesterday against Mercer. But I think she's just a little more long. She kind of drags it out a little bit.
1 ball, no strikes. Boy, but it comes out quick as that catches the outside corner.
Yeah, and the way that she turns when she's getting ready, I think that could throw you off a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Waiting on deck for the Sooners is Grace Green back in the cleanup spot. That's what 2 doubles will get you. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch with a runner at first. Sooners down 2-0. The pitch, swing and a miss. Took a little off that. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
She's really mixing in that off speed. That's what she got Jocelyn out on. Threw it as the 3rd pitch there and here.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Be interesting to see if she's kind of got a routine of when she's going to throw it.
Misses low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2-0. Sooners in an early hole, but this isn't anything that is unfamiliar for this team. And that's Lyons at first. She reached on a single. Stephanie Dickerson, the Oklahoma product, brings home the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, full count. 4-3 record on the season for Dickerson. We mentioned it, and again, it's really trying to nitpick if you say that her walks, looking at 16 walks in the amount of innings she's thrown this year, that might be reaching just a bit to try to find any kind of kryptonite.
Yeah,
she's
no, I
very
think
efficient.
she's good. I'm really impressed with her changeup.
3-2. She throws it right there. Hansen swings through it for strike 3, but Lyons takes off and snags second base. Oh, is Lyons okay? Oh, no. Grace takes off her helmet, puts it back on. Patty Gasso, the Sooner head coach in her 26th season, walked about right into the start of that 5-6 hole, and she realized that Lyons was okay. So Coach Gasso retreats back to the third base coach's box. Shay Knight over at first.
Shay.
Here's Grace Green.
Sugar Shay.
2 doubles in game 1. First pitch, in for a strike. The thing that I've noticed here early and what's made Dickerson so effective is everything looks the same.
Yeah.
And then she hits you with that nasty change, and she's got pretty good velo.
She is really working the outside corner, which I don't know if our hitters have been able to realize that. I see that she's working the outside corner down and up, but I haven't seen too many inside pitches. But when she does pull that string and throw that change, it's going to be tough because on an outside pitch, you've got to let that ball get a lot later in the zone, whereas if you're waiting on a changeup, it's going to just be a whole different view.
1-1. There's that changeup, swing and a miss.
Getting him with the change.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Dickerson from Missouri State almost straddles the rubber. With that left knee bent in, she stares straight in and brings home the 1-2 pitch. It's low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They threw kind of behind Grace Lyons. The Missouri State shortstop Plummer wasn't actually at the bag.
That was kind of a different play.
They just kind of
they threw it
to her.
In short, yeah, to shortstop, the actual position. A little bit closer to the bag, but
2-2 pitch to Green. Swing and a miss. Inning over. What an impressive start for Dickerson. And it's 2-0. And Stephanie Dickerson will lead things off. Here's the first pitch. Dickerson fouls it straight back. Raines came right in on her hands, Destiny.
She did. She's really working that inside corner. And you could see how she's working it up and down. Just trying to get a feel for how far she can go in and let it be called a strike, but also kind of jam the hitters if they do make contact.
Here's the no ball, 1 strike pitch to Dickerson. The right-handed hitting pitcher takes a pitch that missed. Dickerson has not hit much this season. Just 2 for 16, has scored a run. One of her 2 hits is a home run. So her average is at 125. So she has a little pop. Here's the 1-1. Popped up on the infield, giving chase is Kelso. Oh, and she makes a basket catch right in front of the Missouri State dugout for the first out of the inning. Athleticism initiated.
Yeah,
nice
that
play.
was a great play. I mean, she had to come out of there hot, and it's tough with her mask on. She didn't even take her mask off, but you've got to jump out of that box and find the ball quickly. Made a sliding catch right in front of the dugout.
Here's the catcher, Darian Frost. The right-handed hitting backstop. Grounds 1 to third. Diving play made by Flores from her knees. She throws a strike, and there's 2 away.
And Aaliyah Flores has been so impressive at third base. She just made this play in the hole. That's a backhand play for a shortstop, and she covered that hole and threw from her knees. She's doing a great job at third base.
Here's Hannah Hendricks with 2 outs. Sooners down 2-0 here early to Missouri State. Hendricks from the right side of the plate digs in and grounds one hop to Hansen, who makes the play, goes to the bag, and ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. There's the first pitch to Elam. Grounded foul down the third base line.
I think one thing our hitters really need to start taking advantage of is we know we may struggle with the changeup, so we need to take advantage of her pitches, her strikes that she's throwing earlier in the count.
Attack early.
And yeah, we need to not sit around and give her time to throw a changeup.
I like the way you're thinking. Dickerson, I would say somewhat deliberate in the circle. Here's the 0-1, and that's that changeup, and it's low for a ball. And she doesn't miss her spot much with it. And even if she does, it hasn't been a mistake so far.
Right.
Here's the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Elam. Checked her swing? No. They're going to call a strike. They are not going to like that here. Elam went 0 for 3 with a run scored in the win over
end up calling it a
Mercer
strike?
earlier today. Yes, he did. He called it a strike.
He did call that a strike.
They changed it on the scoreboard where they had it as a ball. The crowd did not like it. The 1-2, swing and a miss. There's that changeup. That's 3 straight strikeouts. I mean, I don't pretend to be an expert. I learned from you. I learned from Coach. I learned from Poppy. But I think I can feel comfortable in saying Lindsey Elam was definitely set on something that was going to be thrown a little bit harder than that.
Yeah, she sure was. You're right on that.
All right. I've done my part here from an analytical perspective. I mean, she was dead red.
I mean, we've got to find some type of mechanical thing that she does that we can identify this, because she's got a very, very good changeup.
First pitch to Kelso is low for a ball. Man, Kinsey Kelso, if you go back to our conversation in the pregame show with head coach Patty Gasso, she said, Kelso is making it very hard for me to keep her out of the lineup. That's high praise.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the girls have grown into these positions where it's going to be –
There's a one-hopper to the shortstop Plummer, who makes a nice play on a hard-hit ball. And there's 2 away. The Missouri State fans, who have occupied a handful of the rows in the temporary bleachers, jump up and applaud that big-time play.
Yeah, that was a great play. Going up the middle, making a play like that. Great arm over there at shortstop. But as I was saying before, it's going to be tough once the players that are injured come out, because they're superstar studs.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a tough situation, but that's a good problem to have. I bet Coach cannot complain about that.
First pitch, just speaking of one of those players who's making it hard to keep him out of the lineup, Alicia Flores takes a strike, hit her first career home run. At least maybe collegiate home run is a better way to put it. In the first game, just tuning in, Sooners won 6-1 over Murray State. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Alicia. Line shot, foul down the right side. It's really impressive to see what Dickerson, as we've mentioned, I'll talk about a lot throughout the night, has done throughout the season. I mentioned that Baylor game. She had them flummoxed all night long down at St. Pete Clearwater. That was a week before the ESPN event.
Yeah, and I mean, this changeup is an issue. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough.
The 0-2 pitch misses low and away.
It's going to be tough for teams to be able to beat this changeup. And now with the 1-2 count, she's going to be able to mix that in whenever she wants.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that just missed. I mean, there was that changeup, and it fell just off the lower edge for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Aaliyah Flores. That uniform is dirty from sliding around for Aaliyah. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Little looper, caught. Diving play by Plummer up the middle on a ball that looked destined for center field, and the inning is over. Smooth as Daphne Plummer will step in to lead things off in the third. Get a few more tweets here as it goes on. Then the numbers for Mackenzie Donahue speak for themselves as the first pitch misses low and away. Got so many notes here. What is it in her last 6 games? She's hitting around 350. So when you see that 9-hole hitter doing that helps everyone out. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the left-handed hitting leadoff hitter, and it's dumped foul down the left field line. Just bare. Home plate umpire is letting some of the fans behind home plate hear it.
Yeah,
wow, I don't know if I've seen that very often. We don't actually have the umpires in our pregame,
but he what the issue was.
He snapped at a couple people as the 1-1 pitch is a little up 2-1.
Did he not call that a foul ball, or? I don't understand what.
I think the joke was that he's missed some calls that seem obvious. So when there's a play that is obvious, you make sure to let him know that it's foul. The 2-1 pitch. A little I didn't mean to pop up, and Olivia Raines ends up having to make a pretty special play over her shoulder as that ball was perfectly positioned between Donahue and Raines, and Olivia makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Wow.
That takes some athleticism to really find that and figure out where you're going to put your glove right after you just wound up and pitched.
Monty and Jamie are listening in at Durant. Wheelchair mama, and look at her dog, Gracie. Look at
Oh, cute.
that. Enjoying the broadcast tonight. Here's the first pitch to Peyton Minnis. It's a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. Singled and scored a run on the 2-run double from Olivia Crabeel. Second baseman. It's almost watching a work of art. The infielders going to their wristband at the same time as the 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss. Watch in unison, and they'll get the call, and almost at the exact same time, if they're all looking at the dugout, they'll double check and see, all right, there we go, heads down.
It's so crazy how the game has changed. But, I mean, you need to know. You've got to know what's
absolutely.
coming.
Soft ground ball to third. Flores makes it look easy. Second out. Everybody, from now, you didn't necessarily have that too much where you guys would check every pitch or yes in the outfield.
No, but from center field, I know I would look at the signs.
Gotcha.
And that's mainly just because if we got a right-handed hitter, ball's coming inside, I know I'm more than likely going to be breaking towards left. Same thing for an outside pitch to a right-handed hitter, probably going to break towards right field. But I think it's really important for the middle infielders to know, and they would all look at the signs that the catcher would give. So we didn't have the cards, but yeah, you're looking at the numbers that the catcher's flashing. You know what what it is.
1 ball, no strike count to Tess Weekly, struck out. She bats here with nobody on and 2 outs, but the Sooners down 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning as that pitch misses up 2 balls and no strikes.
And it's just really important. Imagine coming up as a third baseman and Jocelyn Allo's in the box and an inside pitch is coming. You might want to know.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Raines is in for a strike, 2-1. And then I'm so intrigued to learn more about just all the technology that's there to study these pitchers.
Yeah.
Olivia Raines. Now there's tape. People can watch her, understand her tendencies, track every pitch. It's got to be a tough adjustment at times. Yeah. Here's the 2-1. It's low for ball 3-1.
That, and, they can use that to their advantage. They can go out there and they watch their own film and they say, okay, well, you can tell I'm giving away this curveball. I'm giving away this rise ball. Here's what I need to maybe do differently so that they all look the same.
It's not just one side for the hitter then. There's a ground ball to third. This should do it. Flores up with it, throws. Inning is over. Sun peeks out and bathes Marita Hines Field. Here's the first pitch to the third baseman. Bounce to third. Nice play. Throw across, 1 away. So, okay, with the success, let me learn. Educate me up here, Destiny.
Okay.
How do you attack this now? You want getting through one time through the lineup?
So I think we've got 2 options. We either sit on her change and just hit the change, or we got to attack early because I don't think she's had very many first pitch change, and she's not throwing a lot of balls. So I think that would be a hitter's preference. Do you prefer to hit a change because she's throwing strikes?
And Mackenzie Donahue swings early and lines one foul. Did that almost hit that kid?
It almost hit that kid. She dodged it.
She walked out at almost the exact wrong time.
That was a lot closer than people are acting.
Is that one of those where something happened and you stumbled and you catch yourself?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good, but you nearly died. I get you. I've been there. Wow. Well, Donahue was swinging early. The 0-1 is a little low, 1 ball, 1 strike. We mentioned McKenzie over 300 over the last 7 games, starting to get a little bit more comfortable in the batter's box for the Sooners, who trail 2-0 here in the 3rd.
And it's just interesting watching her. The way her stance is, I think it may be difficult. We'll see where she lands that front foot, but
swing and a miss on the changeup.
Could be difficult to get to an outside pitch, just the way that her body's opened up.
I haven't asked JT, but it almost seems as if one of her adjustments, is that the right word? Adjustments has been she's opened her stance even more. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and she throws right after that outside corner does Dickerson, but just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and it could be. There must be something that they're trying to correct with her, which, I mean, when she lands, she's back into the center of the box,
right.
So it's not too drastic. But, I mean, sometimes with the stance like that, you may not be stepping all the way back in,
2-2
so it could
pitch.
affect the outside pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout for Dickerson. There's 2 outs, and this will be the second time through the lineup for the Sooners. See, they decide to attack early here. And Lyons singled, stole a base, was stranded at second in the first inning.
Our junior PAs have been great today.
So good. First pitch. That ball's hit pretty deep to left field, but cutting over to make the catch in the gap. And in the inning is Metter. Go to the 4th. Oklahoma trails Missouri State 2-0 with Destiny Martinez. I'm Chris Plank. You know what? Good question by Robert that was asked in the first game, and I never followed it up on Twitter. With Olivia Crabeel leading in. I'll talk about it after the first pitch, which is in for a strike. Robert asks, what's the status of G. Warris? Again, we don't know.
Still not sure?
Still not sure. Hoping for the best, but know that regardless of what it is, the Sooners have to be feeling pretty good about what they've seen this weekend from their staff.
Yeah.
There's a strike from Raines. I know that sounds odd if you're just tuning in and you hear that Oklahoma's trailing Missouri State 2-0 in the 4th, but, I mean,
we're opening it up. Last
Yeah.
inning, we were attacking early, making some adjustments.
this is going to be okay. There's the 0-2 pitch to Crabeel. Misses outside. And I'm sure that there'll be more from Coach Gasso and G. The Sooners work through it, but no real update now. I think the good news, if you want a good injury update, Taylon Snow is back in the dugout tonight. And I think she was there last night too, but she wasn't introduced. She was tonight. Here's the 1-2. Grounder foul down the third baseline. So I don't know about it. Someone had asked about Riley Boone too. Don't know about Riley. No, that's not. They say, hey, thanks.
Not sure.
Yeah, we're going to ask you all the questions, so you have no answers. But that's
you can ask us other questions. We're not sure.
There's just really no updates. I don't think there's anything that is as the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good job by Kelso to go down and get it. Throws to first for the out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Olivia Raines, the prior product, looking good here tonight. But it's not like we know something and I'm just not telling you. Promise. But I will say it's exciting to see the progress that Riley Boone has made. See her move around. Here's Madison Hunsaker. First pitch is in for a strike. Kayla just checked in from Hereford, Texas. Everybody listening tonight to Sooner softball. I know, too, that we have basketball going on. We'll get an update on that in a bit as the 0-1 pitch is low.
Men's or women's?
Women's earlier,
Okay.
men's right now. In fact, next commercial break.
Women's
Chris,
had the high score. They've already finished.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
Tough loss to Texas Tech. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Hunsaker, headed home. In for a strike. That was low. Okay, 2 balls and a strike.
Just lacking a little bit of the consistency.
I hadn't thought that anything's been too terribly egregious, but a few tough ones here as Raines works from behind. The 2-1 pitch, ball 3. Now we've talked about this a lot. First time we've seen it today. Kinsey Hansen, who works as a catcher as well, jogs over from first base to talk to her freshman teammate, Olivia Raines.
She's very vocal over at first base. I like the leadership characteristics that she's brought to the field as a freshman. I think that's really impressive.
3-1, back to Raines, gloves, throws, 2 outs. It's kind of wild to think about just how different this team is from a lineup perspective, and injuries play a part of it.
Fielder number 22,
But,
Kelly Metters.
you know, I was joking about how the left fielder came into second base and the second baseman went to first base in the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Think about people trying to make sense of Mackenzie Donahue's positions. She started at first base this year.
Yeah. Yeah, she's all over the place. But, I mean, I think that's one thing Coach Gasso is really good about is you're going to practice everywhere.
Right.
Because there may be a chance in just, injuries, you don't know. And you need to be prepared to be called upon in any position.
Metter takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 pitch is low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. That's not a good update, Osborne.
I didn't think you were going to even say anything about it.
As the Sooners are going to have a quick meeting in the circle as Kelto's going to jog out to talk to Raines. Oh, yeah, we just saw the basketball score. Okay, so while they're meeting, let's have a quick conversation about this. I had a fan that was very mad at me because I give out scores, and I think that's important because I think you're committed to softball. He was mad. He goes, I'm DVRing games. Everyone can get scores if they want them. So how about that? If you're DVRing, I'm doing you a favor by giving this score update.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
Not going well down in Fort Worth.
Not well.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's in for strike 2 and 1. So with that said, spoiler alert.
Do you want this back?
OU trailing TCU right now 41-21 with 2:31 left in the first half. Oh, 41-22, look out. Here's the 2-1, bounce to third, easy play for Flores. Quick inning as she throws a strike. First pitch to Jocelyn Allo.
Oh.
Driven deep to right center field and long gone. Oh, baby, what a shot from Jocelyn Allo. It leaves the yard in a hurry. You were impressed.
That was impressive. And again, taking advantage of getting that pitch early in the count because you don't want to let this pitcher throw you a changeup. You want to take advantage of a strike that is thrown first pitch.
And Allo does it for a home run number 8 on the season.
And it was Oppo. She's been getting a lot of outside pitches and she's mixing in the changeup, but the adjustment that we've just made with that hit is we're going with we know it's coming out, we know it's coming hard early in the count. So let's take advantage and do what we need to do, and that's exactly what Allo just did. Sending the ball to right center, just generating her bat speed, using the velocity of the pitch. I mean, she's throwing 66 miles an hour.
First pitch is low and away for a ball. Home runs this season for Sooner softball are brought to you in part by Home Creations, building memories one home at a time. Strikeout victim for Hansen, her first time up. Feels like a whole new game. The 1-0 pitch is that changeup, swing and a miss from Hansen. I don't know why I'm reaching out trying to grab you after every play. That's a true fan, isn't it?
You are dedicated.
Every little thing that happens, I feel like I'm helping things by trying to.
Yeah, you're moving it around.
I'm moving it around out here. Moving the center
say,
fielder over
start
the gap.
Directing the outfield.
There might be some issues up here. 1 ball, and it's all with me. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the freshman. A little low, 2-1. So for Allo, career home run number 55 for the Sooner sophomore. Triple stamp, the double stamp on that one. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, just caught the inside corner, 2-2.
And I think at any point now she should be expecting this changeup.
Career home run number 54.
54.
Not too bad.
No, Lauren, hey, you better watch out, sister.
Oh, no. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A little up, ball 3. I'll say this much. There have been now Jocelyn, who just homered to lead off the 4th inning. There have now been 3 times this year where Jocelyn Allo hit a home run that I thought was the farthest one she had hit. 3 times this year. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Off speed, grounded towards short in the hole. Gonna be close. Oh, the throw's wild. Hansen's on her way to second base. And because the ball ended up, I guess, in the dugout down that first base line, Hansen is awarded second base. Plummer lost it. She airmailed it. I'm not here to help out Kinzie Hansen's batting average, but I know they're going to call it an error. I think she may have beat it with a good throw. There, that's all I've got. Here's a great screen. You don't agree with me?
No, that's nice of you, though. That is very nice.
I try. Grace Green steps in after striking out in the first. Up to 15 RBIs on the season for Grace. The runner is Hansen at second. Sooners down by 1, nobody out. First pitch to Green. Swing and a miss on a pitch low and away. Grace is going to take a little walk. I think everybody in the stands got a little bit panicky because the scoreboard said 3-2. And when Grace swung, she started to walk a little bit. But that is the first pitch to Grace Green for strike one. Here's the 0-1. Boy, that was a really good pitch. No balls and 2 strikes as that just found the outside corner.
This umpire's having a tough day with our fans.
And he's let them know that he hears them, which is an interesting strategy. Here's the 0-2 pitch with Elam waiting on deck. Headed home. Hard hit ball right side. Caught by the second baseman, Minnis, but nobody was there to cover the bat. And Green wins the foot race between her and Minnis. Weekly dove to make the play that Minnis made, but nobody was there to cover first base.
It's a tough play to make if your momentum as a first baseman is going towards the ball, which would be towards second, and then your second baseman makes the play almost in the grass. Your first baseman's going to have to turn around to get there, which in some cases, if there's not a runner on second, you'll have your catcher kind of trail the hitter at first just to be extra backup on a bad throw or something like that. But in this case, actually, she still could have trailed her. I'm not sure why she stuck behind.
Is there a responsibility there from Dickerson to try to get to the bag when she sees that, or no?
I mean, if she could identify that, yes, but you don't normally want to put your pitchers in a situation like that. That calls for collisions and other issues that you don't want your pitcher a part of.
Right.
But, I mean, if your runner's at second, they could have almost switched with the catcher going towards first and Dickerson covering the plate, because the runner's not really going to be going second to home on a play like that. But, yeah, I think in a sense like that, your catcher should be trailing the hitter all the way to first.
So, in other words, look more at the backstop, not your...
Right.
Well, here we go. Elam digs in. All the meetings are over. Runners at first and third. The pitch is just a little out. Elam struck out in the second.
And we've got ourselves into a first and third situation, which we've executed a few of those plays on offense. Be interesting to see what Coach Gasso calls here.
Including one in our first game today.
Yeah, we've seen the runners at first kind of jog over to second, draw a throw. We've seen straight steals. We've seen big leads that doesn't really...
Squeeze bunt, just foul. Now we've seen a squeeze bunt.
We've seen a squeeze. So in this case, we've got Grace.
Grace Green over at
yeah,
first.
We've got Grace Green over at first. She would be trying to get to third on a bunt. So we'd be moving quickly.
In other words, don't stop, Grace Green. First and third. Maybe Elam can just send one out of here so they can all just walk home. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit ball towards second. The runner's going to score. They'll retire Elam at first. Green is able to get to second base. And I would imagine happy Patty Gasso and going with an outside pitch and scoring a run. Here's Kinzie Kelso. RBI for Lindsey Elam, number 21 on the season.
Next up for the Sooners, catcher number 1, Kenzie Kelso.
Now a runner at second. That's the go-ahead run for the Sooners. And Grace Green, who had a nice jump off first. It was a slow roller, so no chance for Minnis to go to second and try to get her.
Right, and you need to do whatever you can to avoid interference with the second baseman.
Ground ball to short. They're going to go to third. Green's going to get caught in a rundown. Now watch Kelso go. Well, she's not going to get to go anywhere because they're going to chase down and tag Green. They caught Green before Kelso could really get going. And on that ground ball,
Left fielder number 27,
with less than
Alicia
2 outs,
Flores.
want to create some havoc. But too aggressive from Grace Green, or what Coach Gassel would want to see in that situation?
I think you've got to be a little bit smarter. Make sure that you're not too far off,
Right.
but still be in a position that once the throw is made to first base, that you can still get to third.
Gotcha. First pitch to Alicia Flores is low for a ball. Alicia lined out to short. Came in the second inning. We're knotted at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the right-handed hitting left fielder. It misses outside 2-0. Coach Casso loves to be aggressive on the base paths and create some havoc, but it needs to be controlled havoc
right,
too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the aggressive-ness is okay, but I think you got to be a little bit smarter in that situation.
2-0 pitch.
The further you get off,
fouled off.
they call it no man's land. So
Right.
if you're standing in no man's land, you can't be safe at second, and your only option is to be in a rundown, then that's not being very smart. If you can be a little bit closer to second to where you draw the attention, but you can still get back, or you draw the attention and they make the play at first, you still have an opportunity to break for third.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Alicia bounces it over the head of the third baseman and into left field. And fist pumps from Flores to the Sooner dugout as she rounds first base. Runners at first and second now for Aaliyah Flores. The inning started with Jocelyn Allo hitting a home run. Kinsey Hansen then reached on an error
Flores.
and ended up scoring after a single by Grace Green on a ground out by Lindsay Elam. We're knotted up now at 2. Flores at first, Kelso at second. Aaliyah swings through the first pitch for strike 1. First pitch
And
changeup.
now we may have a problem.
You're sitting dead red on a
yeah,
heater.
now we're going to have to just hit the change. Sit back, generate your own bat speed. Don't count on the velocity, but you got to get your timing right.
0-1 is fastball a little low. Aaliyah grounded out to third in the third inning. It's her only at bat of the game so far. She's 0 for 1.
And we haven't talked about her Dickerson's fastball at 66, and then her change is at 53.
That's tough.
So that's a huge gap between mile an hour that you're trying to figure out in less than a second when it's crossing the plate.
1-1 pitch does miss outside. 2 balls and a strike. A little chill in the air here as the sun continues to set. Now, Leah Flores went 0 for 1, but did walk twice in the first game. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Aaliyah. Swing and a miss. She was well out in front of that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A good cat and mouse game here.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's been a hitter that hasn't gotten a change who's gone so many pitches into the count.
Exactly. 2-2. Boy, that just missed. Full count. I think that was the change too, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. What was that clocked at? What was that? 54.
Yeah.
55. Yeah. And,
Here we go.
And think about this. Some pitchers have off speed, which is in between.
3-2. Hard hit ball foul.
Which is a in between, not as slow as your change, but not as fast as your fast or curve or rise or whatever your hardest pitch is. You, as a hitter, you have to be able to adjust to 3 different speeds. It's tough.
Got a good question, by the way, off Twitter.
Okay.
Pertaining to your area of expertise.
Okay.
But a big moment here. Let's see. We'll get to that in a bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Flores. Grounder back to Dickerson. Makes a nice play on the backhand to retire Flores. The Sooners strand 2. But strike back. A home run from Alo. An RBI ground out by Elam. We got a new game as we head to the 5th.
In a brand new field, so the stadium, all the rooms are being done. I mean, they're finishing it up. So by April, we should be good to go.
Missouri State will actually hit Greenlee Bailey. This was the player that was in their flex, and this is Dickerson's spot in the lineup. I had to do like a triple take. But again, Dickerson had not hit that much this season, so this makes sense. The 1-0 check swing back to range. She throws it high, but Hansen gets it, stays on the bag, 1 away. And we're going to see Dickerson come back out in the 6th and the 7th and the 8th and the 9th. There's really not another option for Missouri State that's as effective as.
She's doing well. I feel like now it's become a mind game of when can she throw that and be the most effective.
Here's Darian Frost. The catcher digs in. First pitch is a little low and in from Olivia Raines for ball 1. Yeah, I want to come by and see the renovations. I drove by, and you can see
It's
it now.
beautiful.
If you know where to look
Yeah.
from I-35, you can see it
Yeah.
clear as day. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded towards third. Aaliyah Flores, like a vacuum cleaner over there. Gets everything, and there's 2 away. Frost is retired.
I mean,
That'll bring Hendricks to the plate.
I'm jealous of the girls that get to play on that field now. I mean, you look up and there's 2 decks of full spectators because a lot of the World Series sessions are sold out. I mean, there's going to be so many people on site that you just get to play in front of. I mean, the World Series is going to be crazy this year. The noise is going to be at an all-time high. It's just going to be so fun.
First pitch is a little in. Hannah Hendricks for ball 1. Yeah, and I was trying to pull up the manual here to double check on tickets. It's on Big12Sports.com, Soonersports.com/tickets as well. All kinds of information on the Big 12 softball tournament. The 1-0 pitch, grounded again to third.
Oh.
Diving play by Aaliyah Flores. Are you kidding me? Oh, my.
She is so impressive. I mean, I have not seen one ball get by her.
Here's the first pitch. Checked her swing, but it found the inside corner, called strike 1. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners, 2 runs on 1 hit for the Bears. In fact, in kind of trying to figure out a plan of attack for these Sooner hitters against Dickerson, we're losing sight as well of a great job that Olivia Raines is doing.
Yeah, no, she's done a great job. She's been able to really mix in a lot of different pitches, get these hitters to really – it's okay for them to make contact and ground and get some ground balls because you trust your defense. So it's I feel like a lot of pressure has been kind of lifted off of her shoulders, just being able to trust her defense.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that misses a little low. 2 balls and a strike. What a fun day so far.
And not a lot of Ks from Olivia, but a lot of ground balls.
Yep.
And that's really all you can ask for. That's why you have a defense.
The 2-ball, 1-strike pitch to Donahue. Skied to left field, carrying to the warning track and caught there by Metter, and there is 1 away. Just got under.
Next up for the Sooners, shortstop number 3, Grace Lyons.
Grace Lyons is 1 for 2. She had a stolen base to lead the game off after a single. Maybe I should say had a single to lead the game off and stole a base, but I think everyone knows where we're heading.
It's game 2.
It's game 2. It's been a fun day, though. Here's the first pitch to Lyons. A little up, ball 1. Isaac McGee has checked in from East Grand Rapids, Michigan. I feel like we've hit every area on the map.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Thank you, Isaac. 1 ball, no strikes to Lyons. Dickerson rocks and fires, and that finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You see Dickerson really mixing in a little bit more of mixing up locations and up and down. I feel like she's kind of getting away from the change. Now that I say that, we're probably going to get a change here, but we'll see.
Well, here's the 1-1. No, it's a fastball that's lined right by
down and out.
Those temporary bleachers in right field.
I feel like
Ball, 2
early
strikes.
early in the game, she was working the outside corner. She's come in a little bit more. So it's tough. I mean, she's a great pitcher. It's tough to get in here with the actual plan and be able to stick to it when she can mix it up as much as she has.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Dickerson to Lyons. Line shot down the right field line. Just foul.
Just foul.
Just foul. I think sometimes people think I might be a little bit over dramatic when I say just foul.
No, that was just foul.
So when you confirm it,
yeah,
you help my cred. I appreciate that. Well, I guess everything is just foul with you, Mr. Plank. It hit out on the road. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alo waits on deck. Big pitch here from Dickerson to Lyons. A little up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm about to say it might be considered downright chilly to some here.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature has dropped a bit. We'll get
the wind slowed down a little bit.
Trails Golf Club weather update for you in just a bit. How about after this 2-2 pitch to Grace Lyons? Dickerson brings it home. Ground ball foul down the first base line. Well, it still says we're at 61 degrees right now. Feels a little cooler than that. The winds have died down considerably. That is nearly as big of a story here in Game 2 as it was at times in Game 1. But we're still seeing gusts straight to center field right now between 10 to 20 miles an hour. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the Sooner leadoff hitter. Off speed, bounced foul.
Whoa.
Okay, this is a fun at bat now.
Yeah, she's battling.
Lyons is battling. Dickerson is battling.
There's a good chance she throws it back to back here. She's still got room to work where Grace not so much.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty deep all around for Lyons.
Mm-hmm.
Wind picks up a bit. The pitch, low and away, ball 3. Last night when I got home, I started doing a little digging into Missouri State.
Okay.
And I started reading about what we're going to see in Dickerson, and I really got worried. And to see it come to fruition, you want a moment like this to get a runner on base.
She's doing well. She's a great pitcher.
Here's the 3-2. Hard hit ball foul. Look out, Coach.
Oh.
Almost got her.
Is that
heel.
Jackie down there?
I thought it almost got Coach, and then I saw Jackie go scurrying. We must protect Jackie Livingston at all costs.
Her.
She's okay. You read about her performance and what Dickerson did to Baylor and shutting them out. That game was shortened to 6 innings, though. And not because of run rule, because of weather. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Headed home. Ball 4.
What a great at-bat that was.
If we could stand and applaud in the press box, I would.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat, great battle, taking good pitches. I mean, she was really smart out there.
So we don't have a midweek game this week.
Okay.
And then you and I get to do Friday,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's TV. I really want to dive into this week. I'll have numbers for you to wear you out by Friday.
Okay.
Because I think Grace Lyons has probably been the best leadoff hitter the Sooners have had. And all 3 have been fantastic that they've used this year. But she has been great. And she set it up here for Alo.
Yeah.
Quick meeting at the circle is over. Jocelyn digs in. Here we go. Homered her last time up. on a first pitch fastball.
We may get a first pitch change.
First pitch is
Not
actually a
change.
heater. Oh, was it a change?
No,
Excuse me.
No.
Oh. Up and in. Oh, they call that a strike. Jocelyn tried to check her swing but couldn't. No balls and a strike. Might Coach Casso get Lions moving over at first?
Ooh.
Open up that right side a
Yeah.
bit. The 0-1 pitch. Grace is not going, and instead a check swing foul. And Alo is falling behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, she's quick. Just kind of stress him out a little bit. I say send her.
Got Hanson waiting on deck.
No, I'm lying. You don't do that with 1 out.
Let's see. The 0-2. Runner's not going. Poked to the right side. Caught by the first baseman Weekly out of the air. And she'll take it to the bag and double off Grace Lyons.
Shortstop number 14, Daphne Plummer.
And as Beth Perrine makes her way to the third base coach's box, Sue Frederick inside the first base coach's box. And here we go. First pitch swinging, fouled on the left side and out of play. I bring it up. A quick note, Holly Hesse, the 32-year head coach in Missouri State, is not with her team tonight, attending to a family illness. So, Coach, if you're watching, hope things go well. Thoughts and prayers from us here in Norman, and hope to see you soon. Had to leave today. No balls and a strike to Plummer. She bunts. It's a beauty. Kelso out to get it. The throw is not going to be in time. Plummer dead in that bad boy right on the third base line.
That's exactly what you want to do as a slapper in that situation. You got your table setters, so you want to have great placement, not too hard, not right into the hands of somebody on the corners. I mean, she executed that perfectly.
Here's Peyton Minnis. Singled, scored a run in the first inning. Grounded out to third in the third. The first pitch from Raines. It's a bunt just out of the reach of Kelso, foul. Two runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Sooners. 2 runs on 2 hits. That's right. Just 2 hits for the Bears and 1 error for Missouri State.
Now we're in that coverage that we had discussed earlier, where our second baseman's going to cover the bag. But as a slapper, you can't. It's tough.
Bunt foul. Kelso, that one just as it left the batter's box.
Yeah, as a slapper, it's tough to have your shortstop breaking for second base because the slapper's goal is to work the 5-6 hole. So you don't want to take her out of that position. So it's best to have Donahue over
covering the bag,
covering second base. Yeah, but I mean, this is a tough defensive position to field when you have speed on first and a slapper up.
So we won't see, and time is called here. So in other words, we're not going to see Lyons go to the bag. She's going to play that position because that's where the slapper's looking.
That's where the slappers will be trying to go, which in this case, you, as Olivia Raines, she's going to have to try to keep the ball on the outer side of the plate just to prevent Minute from being able to bring that ball down the first base line because the coverage is not there. I mean, we have Donahue covering second. We have Macy over...
McKenzie over first.
McKenzie, sorry. Like looking like... yeah, McKenzie over at first. She's going to have to get there. So.
Ground ball to third. Knocked down by Lyons. Everybody's safe. And that slap, Lyons had to stay there. That's why.
That's exactly why.
And it was right under the glove of Flores and took a tough hop on Grace. So runners at first and second with nobody out. This has been as long of a pitching change as we've had in a while, and we haven't even had a chance to give you Shannon Sales' numbers. First time we've seen her today. Nice effort by Olivia Raines. We'll wrap up her numbers, but Sale, a 1.88 ERA, 83 strikeouts this season, 67 innings pitched. We mentioned her 20th appearance to lead the Sooners. She's 7-3, and the first pitch is a wild pitch all the way to the backstop. Weekly was squaring to bunt, and she doesn't really have to worry about that. So here's the changes for the Sooners defensively, as we pontificated on whether or not that could have been a ruling about dugout excitement. Lindsey Elam is checked in to catch. And Kinsey Kelso is now in right field. Alo still in center. Alicia Flores still in left. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you are just tuning in tonight, welcome. As we hit 6:30 Central Time along with Destiny Martinez, I'm Chris Plank. Sooners trailed 2-0, rallied in the bottom of the 4th to tie it at 2, and now Missouri State runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out here in the top of the 6th, and Sale misses with a 1-1 up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Sooners tonight have been challenged by Stephanie Dickerson. Meanwhile, Olivia Raines, pretty good. Really good.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if
she did well.
See if Sale can work through it. The off speed drops in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So after going Abby Calvin Nuke Lelouch on the first pitch, Shannon Sale has worked back to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. It popped out of the glove of Elam. The runner comes home. Sale's going to tag her. 2 away. They'll go ahead and throw it to first to get the out. There you go. So there's the double play.
Oh.
The runner that swung and missed never even ran to first base.
So I think
the runner came home.
Yeah, so there's some confusion. I don't know if she thought there was a runner still on first base.
Because you're out.
Yeah, if there's a runner on first base, if first base is being occupied and there's a drop third strike, you cannot go to first base. However, there was no runner on first base, so I'm not sure why she wouldn't have ran.
Here's Olivia Crabeel. It worked for the Sooners. There's 2 outs. First pitch is up and away.
Yeah, we'll take it.
That was when Weekly didn't run, I thought, and that ball really didn't get that far away from Elam.
Yeah.
I think for Plummer to try to score.
They were expecting her to throw to first.
Gotcha. 1-0 pitch. Hard hit ball. Beautiful play by Flores. A laser to end the inning.
Hansen.
Kinsey Hansen will lead things off. Hansen has scored one of the 2 Sooner runs. 4.11 average for the freshman, but she's struggled a bit when called upon to lead off an inning as the first pitch is in for a strike. Just 286 whenever she leads off. By the way, they did charge Grace Lyons with an error in that last inning on the hard hit ball from the slapper.
Oh.
Yeah. No balls and a strike. The pitch to Hansen. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dickerson's ERA has actually gone up a little bit tonight on the season. She's up to .83. So.
Okay, well, not bad.
Not too shabby at all. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dickerson twists, spins it home, and boy, that just caught the outer edge. Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When you think a strike zone is a little bit askew, is it hard to not let it get in your head?
It depends. I mean, I don't think so. I didn't really. You got to go in there and not let the umpire make the decision.
Ground ball fouled on the first baseline.
If it's close enough, you got to foul it off. I mean, you don't want to put yourself in a position where it's up to the umpire.
Right.
I mean, they're going to make some really terrible calls, but I mean, you can prevent that. Just foul some stuff off. Make sure you're battling. You're doing your job. But yeah, I think it just depends on the hitter and where their mind is at with that. But you never want to give them the opportunity to be the ones to call you out. You handle that yourself.
1-2 popped up right side. Weekly under it, makes the catch at first, and there's 1 away. And Grace Green's had a pretty good day. 2-hit performance in game 1.
Next up for the Sooners,
Singled, might have
Green.
Might have broke when she shouldn't have at second base. Ran into an out. A tie game here in the 6th. Missouri State brought the pressure in the top half. Sooners trying to mount some here in the bottom half. Dickerson, first pitch, low, ball 1. This has as it's the nights wore on, a few fans may have headed for home, a few more seats available in the right field bleachers, but this game has had, I know you see Missouri State on the schedule and you might raise your eyebrows. The 1-0 pitch is outside for a ball 2-0. And then you look at the record and you think, But they've had some impressive performances so far this year, and as this meeting at the Circle takes place.
They beat Baylor.
They beat Baylor.
They've had some pretty decent wins.
They beat Baylor earlier this season. Minnesota, with Dickerson pitching, only beat them 1-0. Minnesota's the number 7 team in the country. And they've had some really tight games. Lost 1-0 at Ole Miss.
Yeah, they're fighters. They're good. Dickerson is a great pitcher.
2-0 pitches in for a strike. Fans aren't happy.
Oh. With her being able to mix her speeds as well as she does, I see a lot of success. And, their 1 and 2 hole have been successful. They're doing well.
2-1 pitch. Green is ready. Dickerson just misses outside, 3-1. Hansen led off the inning with a pop out to first base. Green, 1 for 2 on the night, looking for her second straight 2-hit game. The pitch from Dickerson. Swing and a miss on the off speed. Strike 2. I had a panic moment when Lindsey Elam walked up to rub her hand on the dirt and Gray started walking back. I was like, am I count wrong? Here's the 3-2 pitch. Green's ready. Dickerson, swing and a miss. That off speed again. Fooled her. That's the 5th strikeout for Dickerson, and there's 2 outs for Lindsey Elam.
And she's not afraid to throw it in any count, which is very impressive.
Lindsey Elam.
Elam is 0 for 2, but does have an RBI. The right-handed hitting catcher digs in. Kinsey Kelso waits on deck. First pitch from Dickerson. Pop foul down the right side towards the temporary bleachers. That actually landed on the roof of the hitting facility.
Temporary bleachers have become permanent.
Permanently temporary,
yeah.
I think is one way to look at it. Elam, by the way, with that RBI, 21 on the season so far. And what's been a breakout junior campaign so far. Here's the 1-ball, no-strike pitch. Pop towards short. Easy play. Actually, I should say it actually bounced at the plate and took a hop towards short. Plummer throws across and ends the inning. And then was able to get another big-time play from Aaliyah Flores as Hunsaker leads it off and takes the first pitch low and away. Hunsaker is 0 for 2, and she's kept the pitcher busy. Bounced out twice back to the circle. Here's the 1-0. Well outside. 2 balls and no strikes. We are off tomorrow, so a reminder, I think that there might have been a generation of the schedule that Destiny had that had us playing on Sunday.
Yeah, if you have the same schedule I have,
we're off.
We're off tomorrow.
The Sooners actually have the midweek off, too.
Wow.
Here's the 2-ball, no-strike pitch to Hunsaker. That's popped foul down the left side, slicing towards the Sooner bullpen.
Oh.
And Flores almost made an amazing play. I didn't think she had a chance to get there. And not only did she get there, but as she crashed into the sidewall, she almost caught that ball. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Called strike 2. check some scores from across the country. Is I'm sure this one's catching a few eyes here in Norman right now. Not the only interesting game with upset potential. 2-2 fouled back. In the Big 12, boy, what a run-scoring kind of a day for Kansas. They put 26 runs on the board in their two games to win both games.
Wow. That's impressive.
So a big day for the Jayhawks. We'll have a full Big 12 scoreboard in the postgame show. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, a little up. Full count. Well, Kentucky rallied quite nicely to beat A&M today, 11-9. As did Georgia to beat South Carolina 6-5. 3-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow left field. Racing out is Lyons, and she'll make the catch. That might be a little bit more than shallow left field where she caught that. One away.
Yeah, she had to go a long ways for that one.
Left fielder number 22.
Here's Kelly Metter.
And that's a tough ball. I mean, I know the wind isn't blowing as hard, but it's still going. That may be something that you'd want Aaliyah to kind of take charge on if we've got some more wind.
Right.
I mean, she got under it pretty well, but those are the different things that the wind can dictate.
First pitch fouled back by Metter for strike 1. Washington was in a dogfight today, beating UC Santa Barbara 3-1.
Wow.
And Arizona had to come from behind to beat Boise State 2-1. The 0-1 catches the outside corner, 0-2. Oklahoma State fell behind early to Utah, but in the bottom of the 4th, the Cowgirls lead at 8-2. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Beautiful play by Elam to go out and get it. Throws for the out, and there's 2 away. Weather playing havoc right now in Eugene, Oregon, in the Oregon tournament. They're delayed against Loyola Marymount. And early in the Tempe area, the Arizona State Invitational, Arizona State leads Nebraska 1-0. Scores from across the country brought to you by AT&T. Stephanie Dickerson was pinch hit for her last time, takes the first pitch for a strike. In her only at-bat of the game, she popped out to the catcher, which seems like it was a month ago, but it was it was only an hour and 45 minutes ago. The 0-1 is popped out of play. It's kind of wild. I look at 2 hours, and that to me is when I say, we had a fast game. And this game is on pace to be less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And there's just, with so many twists and turns, it seems like it's been so much longer. Not complaining, though.
No.
The Sooners can come away with a win. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Pure heat. Straight gas. Sit out. Shannon Sale has been unhittable since entering the circle. Along with Destiny Martinez, I'm Chris Plank. Thanks for joining us on the Sooner Radio Network. Will Warner, our producer, back in the Franchise 2 studios, and let's see if the Sooners can walk it off for win number 20. First pitch, Kelso pops it straight back. Well, how about this? The only way we're going to be happy tonight is if it's a walk-off. There's no other result.
Right. No, they've got to get it done now.
No balls and a strike to Kelso, who's 0 for 2. Wondering, hey, where's Nicole Mendez? She's here. I think after starting last night, they're going to bring her along slowly. Remember, that's ACL surgery from the fall.
She did run about, 6 extra bases?
Line shot caught by the second baseman, Mims, 1 away. They said Kelso ran it out and made it close at first, but the home plate umpire said she caught it in the air for the first out. But there's another opportunity here for the Sooners to get a base runner with the way that Alicia Flores has been hitting the ball tonight. Lined out to short in the second. A single in the 4th. With Aaliyah waiting on deck. First pitch. Hard hit foul down the third base line. Patty Gasso stands at the entrance of the Sooner dugout. Look, is she talking to JT down there?
I think so, yeah.
JT's away from his normal perch, which is right inside the entrance to the Sooner dugout closest to the plate. And JT walks out in front of the dugout now. No balls and a strike to Alicia. Here's the pitch. Strike two.
It's a little bit low.
No balls, 2 strikes to Alicia, who steps out, takes a deep breath. She kicks the dirt around, digs in. Boy, that third base line is wide open. Well, never mind. Crabio was just wanting to see the sign. Here's the 0-2. Just misses outside, 1-2. Really good 2-strike pitch. It has not been due to a lack of energy. This has just been a really good pitcher's duel tonight. And some pretty good defense as well.
Yeah. I think everybody's performed really well, but there are some great pitchers in the circle.
Flores fouled that straight back.
Even just the at-bats. There hasn't been an at-bat that you're like, oh, that wasn't good. That didn't look good. But, I mean, they're swinging at good pitches. They're fouling everything off. The pitchers are just putting on a show tonight.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 game, bottom of the 7th. Aaliyah Flores waits on deck. Alicia with 1 out. The 1-2 pitch. Bounced softly towards second. The throw is not in time. The head first slide beat the throw from Mims that we've seen better throws. I think is a good way to put that.
And Alicia, diving in head first to first base.
She saw it.
Yeah. I mean, but that extra effort, she sold it. She did that.
She went all out, and the Sooners have a base runner.
Number 15, Aaliyah Flores.
And here's Aaliyah Flores. Rayleigh Pogue has moved into the on-deck circle for the Sooners. As Aaliyah digs in.
This is where you just want to piece it together. Move the runners.
First pitch to Flores is a little out, ball 1.
And we all know a bomb would be great, but so would just moving the runners. Slowly just bringing in 1 run. That's all you need.
Alicia Flores, another 2-hit game. Remember what Coach Gasso told us in the pregame show about keeping Kelso in the lineup. She keeps doing things that can't take her out of the lineup. Here's the 1 ball, no strike pitch to Aaliyah. Runner goes. Ground ball to third. Nice play by Keebier. Throws across, and there's 2 away. But Alicia will stand at second for Rayleigh Pogue to potentially be the hero here. When that left Aaliyah's bat, I thought there might be a chance for her to beat it out. But
it seemed like, I think that was a hit and run type of swing.
I think you're right, yeah.
It seemed like she was just trying to make contact and get it on the ground so that we can move the runner, which she did her job.
Rayleigh Pogue will pinch hit here. Patty Gasso is explaining the change to the home plate umpire. Missouri State has used this opportunity to bring everyone in the infield together. And, well, let's see, because now Perrine has come out of the Missouri State dugout. Oh, she's just making sure she has all the changes. And now she's going to take the time to walk out and talk to Dickerson a little bit. And she's going to bring the infield back together. All right, so we got a little moment here. If you've missed the game tonight, where have you been? The Sooners fell behind 2-0 when Missouri State's Daphne Plummer led the game off with a walk, then a single, put Peyton Minnis on base. And they had runners at first and second with 1 out after the strikeout of Weekly. That's when Olivia Crabbe lined a double that somehow just stayed fair down the left field line to score both Plummer and Minnis. After that, Olivia Raines settled in and shut down the Missouri State Bears. At one point, she had retired 14 straight Bears. Meanwhile, the Sooner offense struggled against Stephanie Dickerson until the fourth. Jocelyn Allo, a leadoff home run after Kinsey Hansen reached on an error. She eventually scored on a ground out by Lindsay Elam. And outside of those two scoring opportunities, it's been all about the pitching
you guys
tonight.
have missed a great game.
Here we go.
Now listening in.
Or if you've been listening and it feels like we've been here forever and you forgot what happened, now we're all refreshed
There you
together.
go.
How's that? All the meetings are over. The runner at second is Alicia Flores. The pitch to Pogue. Good changeup, but it missed low, ball one. Rayleigh Pogue, pinch hitting here, has driven in 4 runs this season, has scored 5 of her own. She also has a home run. Can we add a walk-off to her early season resume? The 1-0 pitch is a little out, ball 2. Grace Lyons waits on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. Dickerson stares in. That left knee slightly bent. As she steps back, brings home the 2-0. Line shot just foul. Oh, down the left field line into the corner. That would have sent him home smiling. Two balls and a strike.
Rayleigh's done a great job of just letting her taking those first 2 pitches and really seeing the ball and being able to attack that one. Now I think we need to consider what a changeup is going to be like.
Absolutely.
In this count.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Just in, ball 3.
This is definitely a hitter's count where she's got to be fouling stuff off and really working the count, making her throw a strike.
Pogue digs in. Flores stands at second. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Ball 4. And yet another meeting at the circle here for Missouri State as Frost jogs out to chat with Dickerson. And here's Grace Lyons. Mackenzie Donahue will check back in to pinch run for Pogue. But again, that's very secondary to what's at second.
Number 12, Mackenzie Donahue enters as a pinch runner at first base.
Boy, this is ripe with some tension.
Yeah.
Grace Lyons.
I like it.
It's been
I like
fun.
this.
It's been a fun day. A challenging night for the Sooners. As Lyons digs in. She's 1 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. Anything in the gap here ends this game. With runners at first and second, the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
It's a good pitch.
Lyons is almost a .500 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. She's batting .480 with runners in scoring position. And the Sooners have one at second. That's Flores. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sky to shallow left field, could be trouble, but Metter breaks in and makes the catch. Let's play extras. We go to the 8th. I think as this night progresses, Sale brings home the first pitch to Frost, and it's in for a strike. I think as this night progresses, I'm more and more impressed with what we saw from Olivia Raines, and I just have to make sure we give it its just due. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk. The 0-1 is popped foul and out of play. She'll no decision tonight, but her ability to stabilize after that tough start. It's been a very positive day for both the senior, Shannon Sale, and the freshman part of this staff. As the 0-2 pitch misses low and away, 1-2. Brooke Vestal was fantastic in game 1.
We've seen some phenomenal pitchers today. I mean, just able to handle anything. It seems like just getting out of jams.
Like that.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away in the 8th. But no, you're right.
Yeah, they're handling their counts very well. They're in control. Their composure's, I mean, they just look solid out there.
So a strikeout to lead things off for Frost. Here's Henricks. First pitch, almost hit her. All the way to the backstop. Ball 1. Henricks is 0 for 2. Their season average has dipped down to 125. These are the kind of people that you can't just let have a free base. By that I mean that have had maybe a tougher start hitting. Swing and a miss on a 1-0 pitch. You know the ability there is in the bat of Henricks. You just don't want to be the team that it gets going against.
Right.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2-2 game in the 8th. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. This game just now passed the 2-hour mark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, off speed, missed a little up. Nope, cold strike 3. That's 4 straight strikeouts by Shannon Sale.
Shannon has been so great in the circle. Just really able, and I like how she's able to come in on right-handed hitters. That's a tough thing to do, and you kind of want to be a little bit careful, but she's doing really well hitting that inside corner up at their hands too.
Plummer tried to bunt the first pitch and fouled it for strike 1. Plummer's been a problem tonight. She walked and scored the first run of the game for Missouri State, popped out to the pitcher in the 3rd. And remember, she singled to start that 6th inning. That broke that streak of 14 straight retired, and then was thrown out when she tried to score on the wild pitch after the strikeout. The 0-1 pitch. Did she check her swing? She did not. Called strike 2. I'm not trying to look ahead, Destiny. But
Watch it.
But Alo, Hansen, and Green for the Sooners in the bottom of the 8th.
Okay, I'm okay with you saying that.
Okay. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Overmatched. Shannon Sales. Sensational. 5 straight strikeouts by the Sooner senior. And we head to the 8th. Jossie has extended the hitting streak. I failed to mention that with her home run in the 4th inning.
Where are we at, 14 games?
14-game hitting streak for Jocelyn Alo. First pitch. Caught the outside corner, strike 1.
We got the fans back up.
Well, everyone realizes that
where we're at in the lineup.
You're looking at it. This is the absolute heart of this Sooner lineup. And it starts right here with 78. The 0-1 pitch. Line shot, right center field. Diving catch is made.
Oh, my. That was a phenomenal catch out in center field.
What a play by Henricks, who took away, at the very least, a base runner. Extra bases, maybe if it gets by her, even more. Wow. 1 away.
That, I mean, you couldn't. That was a beautiful play.
Here's Hansen. I was for certain we were going to be watching Alo cook around the bases. Here's the first pitch to Hansen. A little in, ball 1. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Sooners. 2 on 2 hits and an error for Missouri State. Hansen tonight, as we mentioned, 0 for 3, but has scored a run, struck out once. For the freshman, still hitting .405. Here's the 1-0. A little low and away, 2-0. That was one heck of a play by Henricks in center field. I mean, I was just sitting here watching her positioning. She made up a ton of ground, and that ball was moving.
Yeah, she did. I mean, any ball that's off of Alo's bat is coming in hot, and she had to close that gap quickly, laid it out. Beautiful play.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, headed home, and it misses. Ball 3. Sooners stranded 2 base runners in the 7th, but in the game they've only stranded 5. Kind of speaks to the limited opportunities the Sooners have had so far this game. Each team has only had 6 at-bats with a runner in scoring position, 6 opportunities this game, and both are just 1 for 6.
All right. It goes back to Dickerson. If you're just now listening, she's got this phenomenal changeup.
And she just walked Hanson. So Hanson is aboard for the 2nd time tonight. Here's Grace Green. And you brought up just how she's kind of timed and when she's positioned that off speed.
Right.
Made it challenging.
Yeah, and it's it's very tough for the hitters to go in there with a plan. It seemed as if earlier in the game they had the plan to attack early just so that it's giving her less of an opportunity to throw that pitch, and then they caught on and she's throwing that thing first pitch out. So I think it's been kind of a battle to get in there with a real solid plan.
Grace Green has a hit tonight. She's 1 for 3, but 2 strikeouts, and that first pitch looked a little out, but good job by Frost to make it look even better. Called strike. She framed that well. And I'm not trying to say that the home plate umpire could be influenced by any stretch of the imagination by how a catcher frames a pitch. It's just been that kind of night for our boys in blue. No balls and a strike. Hanson aboard at first. There's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning of a 2-2 game. The pitch, it's a bunt. Nope, pulls it back. Hanson had to scurry back to first base, and the pitch was called a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Seeing Missouri State do anything different defensively here?
I mean, the shortstop and the second baseman both went to cover second base, so that was kind of interesting. I mean, first baseman staying back, but
0-2 is outside, 1-2. They finally throw behind Hanson, who slides back in. One ball, 2 strikes. Green deep in the box. We haven't seen Hanson move. Unlikely here with 2 strikes. The pitch low, 2-2. Lindsey Elam waits on deck. Oklahoma looks to walk it off, send everyone home happy.
I'd love to see Grace go opposite field on an outside pitch.
Let's see if Dickerson tries to put it there with a 2-2 pitch. She actually comes in and almost finds the inner edge. Instead, it's called ball 3. That was a really good pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes. Green is ready. Dickerson rocks and fires. Ball 4. What a story that has just developed out of Fort Worth as the OU Hoops team has rallied to beat TCU tonight. Unbelievable. It was even turned off here in our booth whenever it was on earlier. I'm kidding. Now we're going to have everybody brought together over in front of the Sooner dugout, and what was a quick meeting in the circle becomes a full-on conversation. Austin Reeves goes off for 41 points. Austin Reeves, 41 points as Oklahoma rallies to beat TCU 78-76. Wow. And Reeves had 25 of his 41 points in the second half. Wow. 78-76. Unbelievable.
That is impressive.
They shot 53% from behind the three-point line in the second half.
Wow.
So we'll get that hoops magic here on the dirt, as it's been a grind tonight for the Sooners. So we welcome those of you who are watching that here to Marina Hines Field. With Destiny Martinez, I'm Chris Plank. It's been a battle. Sooners and Missouri State tied at 2. Lindsey Elam digs in with one out and runners at first and second. Hanson at second, Green at first.
I'm feeling very confident in Elam right now.
She's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch, swing and a miss. Thought fastball, got fastball. It was pretty filthy. Strike one. Sooners fell behind here 2-0. 2 first-inning runs, but Olivia Raines righted the ship in the circle. Retired 13 straight at 1 point. Alo hit a home run. Knotted at 2 in extras. The 0-1, a little up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hear that Sooner dugout. Missouri State came in just 7-10 on the season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Elam pops it foul down the right side. Again, they had a game in Oxford that ended in a 1-0 loss to Ole Miss. They had a win over Baylor behind Dickerson. They lost to number 7 Minnesota at the time, 1-0. So they played in tight games this year. First and second, though. Bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 pitch to Elam. Line shot into left field. It's a base hit. Here comes Hanson. The throw is not in time. Win column Sooners. Game winner, Lindsey Elam, the captain. And they mob her in front of the circle. How about that?
That's exactly what you want to see come out of Elam. Regardless of what she did in the past, the previous at-bats, you want to see her come out and step up when it's clutch time. And that's exactly what she did.
Final score finally in extras. Oklahoma beats Missouri State 3-2.